you will know that you want to start something. You kind of have it on your heart. Maybe God keep telling you like, girl, you need to get started. Your friends might be telling you you're really good at that. And yet you want to do it, but somewhere along the way you just kind of stop and then it just never gets started. This video is probably by far one of my favorite videos that I'm going to be sharing with you, mainly because I'm so passionate about women starting businesses that they've always wanted to, especially product-based businesses. It fires me up, and so I'm really excited to bring this video to you. If you are new here, my name is Tatiana. I'm the owner of the Stationary Muse, and I'm also a mentor and business coach for aspiring creative entrepreneurs that want to start their own product-based businesses. Today's video is really kind of the foundation of everything, and it is what has been holding you back from getting started. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I make new videos every Tuesday related around the topics of business, entrepreneurship, creative business, and all that fun stuff. So that's something you'd be interested in, then definitely join my lovely little inspirational family here. I love all my subscribers. You guys are amazing. I truly just appreciate the relationships that I am building with you all. Even through the internet, I just love seeing some of the same people that keep commenting and just appreciate the support of this channel so much. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's dive right into this topic. So first of all, I just want to address the very large elephant in the room, and that is that if you clicked on this video, 9 times out of 10, you have been wanting to start some type of business, creative business. If you have been following me for a little bit, maybe a stationary business, maybe you want to get into selling t-shirts or mugs, maybe you do artwork and you want to sell your artwork and like art prints and your illustrations and different things like that. And so what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is how to really start the process, because a lot of times people will, and even in my own personal journey, you will know that you want to start something. You kind of have it on your heart. Maybe God keep telling you like, girl, you need to get started. Your friends might be telling you you're really good at that, and yet you want to do it, but somewhere along the way you just kind of stop and then it just never gets started. I completely understand how that is. So I have my 5 tips for you guys today on how to actually overcome whatever it is that is holding you back and how to get started. Okay, so tip number 1 is to get out of your own way. I find that we are probably the biggest roadblock for ourselves most of the time, and that a lot of time reason being because we know ourselves the best. We know what we've been through. Past circumstances and situations can allow for us to just continue to just put ourselves in a box of, you're not good enough, you can't make this happen, you're probably gonna fail, all of these different things, and it just allows for us to stop the progression. And I'm gonna say that phrase a lot: pause the progression, stop the progression, because I want you to really get how these different things happen, because I know along the way everyone stops at some point. You're really, when you see this all come together, you're gonna be like, oh wow. So getting in your own way, or getting out of your own way rather, I find that that is the first hurdle to get over. When you decide that you want to start a business, you sit down, you maybe have come up with a name, you know what you want to sell, maybe what you would love to sell on like Etsy or Shopify or something like that, and yet you just can't get started. It's something holding you back. Maybe you're fearful, maybe you don't believe, and that is a really huge and very important thing that really matters in really anything in life, but especially if you're going to start a business. And I can completely understand with you guys. When I wanted to start my business, it took me a year to actually get started, because first of all, I felt just extremely overwhelmed with like where the heck to even get started. But I felt within myself that I wasn't enough to make this happen, and that I would fail, that I wouldn't achieve whatever at the time I thought my end game was. And so I put it off for a year, and I know a lot of you out there, I've actually met with some of you guys in some of the meetings and things that we've had, and I love chatting with you all. about your dreams and your businesses. And I have heard time and time again that you're fearful, you are standing in your own way, you're not sure how to get out of your own way. It's a big thing, and so much of entrepreneurship is a mindset shift. So much of it is having to, in a way, believe what you can't see, and that is just so huge. So I don't know if you guys have checked out that fear training I did. It's a free training. I always have it linked down below in most of the videos, so check that out if you are interested in just seeing what could you be fearful of, or what is holding you back. It's really important to overcome that before you start something, because it will constantly keep coming back to you and be in the back of your mind throughout your business journey. So the second point is research, and this is a very in-depth process. Sometimes this can take weeks, months, depending on what you're trying to do. I always say a good rule of thumb is, if you're planning on launching a business, especially a creative business like the ones that I'm discussing in this particular realm, I would say at least 3 months at the very least I would give to just the creation and the birth of a business before you actually launch. And the reason for that is because I find when you really put in the time, the research, its quality, people see that you put that time in there. You have a chance to really understand your product and your business and your brand and what you want to put out there. You'll understand your customer and who you want to sell to. I see where people just sometimes they're like, oh, I think I'm going to start a business. And then within a week, the business is put together and they're just on here oh, okay, this is what I'm selling. There's no plan, there's no structure, there's no foundation, which I like to say to a lot of my clients. There's no foundation for your business. You're kind of just throwing stuff out there and just saying hey, I started a business. You throw a logo together and just different things. So I really encourage to take a step back. If you have that excitement and that eagerness, put all of that into the research. And not to say that it's not possible for someone to put a business together quickly and for it to be successful, but I just find that for you to invest that time and really take it seriously, that's when the most possible value and success can come from it, if that makes sense. Through the research process, really set aside some time to do this. Look up, how to get registered in your state, and your business entity. Are going to be LLC, a corporation, or sole proprietorship. And what platform do you want to sell on? Are you going to strictly sell on Etsy, Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix, Squarespace? There's so many of them. Research all of these things. Get a dedicated notebook just for your business researching, and just start compiling all of this information. Who do you want to target? Who are the people that are already in your industry selling? How are they doing? What are they doing? What's working for them? What void is missing? All of these different things are part of the research phase, and that's just, the tip of the iceberg. What manufacturers are you going to work with? How long does the process take? How much are you going to charge for product? The list is endless, and there's so much research that goes into it. So the more time you can set aside, I know you guys are all very busy, very, very busy, and I completely am right there with you, so I understand. So just tell your family or whoever you're with, your significant other, your spouse, your friends, tell them, hey, I'm kind of working on this little thing over here, so I think I'm gonna need an hour on such and such day to where I just want to dedicate to working on that. Hope you can understand, I'll be able to get back to you after, but this time is going to be for me and my business that I'm trying to grow. And that's just a tone that you have to set. And as your journey grows, you will find that that's a tone you're going to consistently have to set in order to see growth for your business to really just blossom into what you want it to be. I wanted to share with you guys something really exciting that I put together. This is my first time doing anything like this, so I'm really excited, kind of nervous, but really excited to share this with you guys. So over the last, I would say maybe 2 months, I have been putting together what I call the First 10 training. And this thing is packed with basically the first 10 steps to getting started with any product-based creative business. So it is for all of my aspiring entrepreneurs out there that are really interested in getting into this, but you're doing the research, and as you're researching, you may find that there's so many different opinions and people telling you what to do that you find that you have all this information, but you're like, okay, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to focus on. I don't know what's important. What's the first step? So I put together this First 10 training to walk you guys through this process. It is a 90-minute live virtual training with me, and we are going to be on there together. I'm going to walk you through literally every step. We start from the beginning of what you want to sell all the way through your launch and planning for the future within the 90 minutes. It's packed, you guys. It also includes a Q&A session with me as well, where I can work with you. It's a very intimate group that I'm hoping to put together for this, so you will have the opportunity to ask me questions. The link for this is going to be down below so you can read a little bit more about the training, but it's going to be on 2 dates in the middle of the second week of May. I will put those dates on the screen for you to see. The training is $60, and it's a small investment to make for something that could really turn into something amazing for you. And because you guys watch my channel, I'm actually gonna offer 10% off for this. Thank you so much for just, being a part of my channel and this journey and growing into this new venture that I'm taking on. So that is my way of saying thank you. I promise you, when you leave that training, you will have a complete plan. You will know the order you need to do it in, and you will be ready to hit the ground running. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you because it's all part of that research phase, and I get it. It's a lot. It's overwhelming, but yeah, so check it out. Link is down below. So the next point is small progress versus big picture. A lot of us are very big picture thinkers, and we think just in terms of where we want to end up. And sometimes when you think like that, it can be very overwhelming when you think of all of the stuff you have to do. And so I find that with any business, at this point, I have now created 5 different businesses and worked through this process. Because I've also helped other people work through this process as well. And if you look at it just bigger picture, it's really hard to keep a level head when you're trying to do all of the things. So what I really suggest is taking the time to focus on the little chunks of progress, and really focus on that. So you're like, okay, this week I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna focus on getting my logo together. Maybe you're gonna get with a graphic designer, or you're gonna sit down and learn how to make a logo yourself, or whatever the case is. I'm all about DIYing things. You wanna focus on it in small chunks, and then that way celebrate those small progresses as you make them. Just focus on the smaller things and not so much as like launch right at the beginning, because it will be very overwhelming for you. And as you work on those little small steps, it'll only help you prepare for your launch better, because you will actually have a better understanding of how your business works and how it operates and who you are really trying to launch to, essentially. So with that, what kind of goes hand in hand is point number 4, which is to create a roadmap. And the roadmap really goes with those little steps that you take, because you want to have a plan for this. You don't want to just kind of go in there, you wake up in the morning, you're like, ooh, I think I kind of want to start working on that business. I don't know, maybe I'll just watch like 10 videos on how to start a business and just kind of see where it goes. After you watch a couple of those videos, really make a plan, or after you do the first 10 training, you'll have your plan. Just look at it in a smaller format, create a roadmap. I'm sure you guys, if you watch my channel, 9 times out of 10, you like planning, you like organization. So take a moment in your planner, buy a separate one for it if you want to have like a theme for the week of what you want to focus on. And that'll make it fun. It'll make the time go a little bit quicker, but it'll also keep you from feeling overwhelmed of just focusing on the big picture of everything. Okay, and then number 5 is to put yourself out there. This is an easier said than done thing, and I get it. When you are starting a business, even when you're kind of like growing it in the beginning, and maybe you have your launch date set up, which you want to make sure you set that launch date, stick to it, announce that launch date, but you have to come out of your shell. You have to come out of feeling those things we talked about at the beginning of being in your own way. You have to come out of that, and then once you come out of it, you have to stay out of it for your business. So I personally am an introvert at heart. I don't like talking to people I don't know. I'm a very shy person. If I am out somewhere like in a new environment or something, I'm pretty much to myself. But with my business, you guys, I have to show up. I have to come out of my comfort zone. I have to show up for the Stationary Muse, show up for my Tatiana Muse coaching, all of that stuff. I had to show up. I had to say like, hey, this is what I do, and this is why you should hire me, or this is why you should purchase my product. If you don't put yourself out there, if you don't tell people about your product, if you don't announce what you're doing, first of all, how are they gonna know? They're not gonna just wake up randomly and be like, you know what, I think I'm gonna go on stationarymuse.com today. No, they're gonna see me on Instagram, or they're gonna see a video on YouTube that is sharing what I have going on, and they're gonna be like, oh, I wanna find out more. Oh, I wanna purchase this product. And that is how it works. If I take a break from sharing about what I'm doing because it's just me, and I'm sure for most of you, it'll just be you as a solopreneur. If you take a break from it, just realize that you're taking a break from the potential profits and things that you could have for your business. So it all goes hand in hand, and it's a lot easier said than done. I know it's hard to put yourself out there. I'm not saying you have to like share your personal life or be super vulnerable, but at the very least, you have to share what you're doing, and you want to provide some type of value to people through that. So, you know, I'm not a big person on constantly sell. That's not me. Like, if you look on my channel, I do share the stuff that I sell in my business because, you know, this is a business at the end of the day, but I like to provide a lot of value. And so as you are building your brand and you are doing that research on your market and what you can bring to the table, you will find the value that you can provide as well to people outside of just trying to sell them something all the time. That is basically the tips, you guys. I hope that this video helps you so much in just getting the kickstart to starting the business you've been wanting to. I've been seeing so many things online about like, now is the time to start a business. If no other, this is the perfect time. And so I couldn't agree more. I think anytime, honestly, is a great time to start a business. It was definitely, and still is, it's one of the hardest things that I do every day, but it's one of the best decisions I ever made to become a business owner. I get a chance to interact with you guys, and also with putting yourself out there, you build your tribe, you find your people, and I have been able to do that for that reason, for being vulnerable and sharing my journey and, you know, kind of stepping out of my comfort zone of what I'm typically used to, and it has allowed me to find my people, and you guys are amazing. So just wanted to say, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Like I said, every Tuesday you will find business videos on this channel. Check out the First 10 training. It's linked down below. Also, I wanted to mention too, if you do sign up for the First 10 training within this first week of me launching it, you will actually also get a bonus little thing. So there's this thing I have, it's called the Creatives Toolbox, and it has a list of everything that I use for my business, from my printer, the paper I use, the manufacturers I use, the websites I use to stay organized, the systems, the equipment, what tools I use to stay motivated. And it's just filled with all of the stuff that will really help you get started. I also do have that available on my brand new website, TatianaMuse.com, to purchase separately. But if you sign up for the training, you will actually get that free as part of the training, plus the 10% off, you guys. So anyway, that is it. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.